Hi, John here. Today is Monday, the 19th of February 2017. I'm just recapping events that happened up in Waitangi. Enough of that. And where we are at the moment in our documents, the Native King's Bench Court. We had a number of meetings, and out of those meetings we got a vote for this native court from Te Marae through to other Marae and ending up in Te Hapua. I'm trying to model that Marae to this native court to make it work. They have to apply and not me. I'm just giving a blueprint plan. At the same time, this plan is in Dakota, in America, and also in Canada, with the native tribes and chiefs there. This flag actually covers all of their indigenous lands at the same time. So it's not limited to just New Zealand. This flag went around the world with the Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth. So that's the part I'm heading off, and I leave the chiefs here to run their own affairs, but they need guidelines because they're fitting into the greater network of Commonwealth countries. There's only 1400th of 1% of the population of the world of 7 billion people on this land, as the mass area of New Zealand is only small in proportion to other countries and their populations. So, although the contract, if I didn't tell anybody about the contracts with the chief and the King of England, they wouldn't know, they wouldn't have a clue about how this flag works. They've had different stories and conflicting information about how this flag works, apart from any other flag in the world. So you've got to get that one right first. In law, the international law of the sea and admiralty, you have to get that right first. And that's what I'm trying to establish here. Just to put turbines in the water, in the sea, you need to get on deck with this King's flag, the most powerful flag in the world, and it's dead. It's got no mana or power or legal authority in it until I figured it out for these chiefs. Not so much anybody else, but for the chiefs and what they're supposed to do with this flag. Those chiefs that went to England, I tried to tell them, and they need a few goes before they get it in their brain. And now they know that there was two chiefs that went to England and put this native contract together, native title for all the world, not just here. You see, the British are smart when it comes to their own flag and their own law of the sea and law of the land and banks and all that these natives here should have picked up on it. Well, they're only specialising in one area, not the whole lot. That's the whole lot. You need to know everything before you can even start to use this flag. So I'm saying that I get annoyed with people that can't understand what law means on land. So anyway, I'm going to ring Manahi because I think he has an issue and I want to see what it is. When my nerves rattle, that's...
Oops, looks like you don't have enough credit to make this call.
Oh God. I always have this problem because I do a lot of talking and it costs a lot of money with people. Hang on, I'll just go here and export my video and go to Skinny to put some more money in it. Just keep topping it up all the time. Same old story. You know, everything that cost money to ring these people to tell them what's good for them, and pull the car with gas and go up and tell them how it works, and I get the bash around. Not annoying. I don't want to run around in circles just for them because they don't learn what to do. Why do people just sit there and do nothing when all of this stuff is 183 years gone by, past them, and they're just starting to learn something that was there long ago, and now go through all the trouble to pay my way to get them going. It's annoying. Why should I have to break my neck for these people who can't help themselves? Keep asking me questions all the time. What's this, what's that, what's this and what's that? I said, well, go to school, learn how to do it. Don't bother me. Just do it. Don't question me. That's the trouble with them. They don't know anything much about this. Give me a headache. Okay. I've just about had enough with them. Just like pushing a mule to water. All I want to do is put a flipping turbine in the water. My nerves are rattling, you know, when that starts up, there's something wrong going on. You see, they're all talking about me. What's the date on this? 10. 10, expiry date 10. Now I can go and ring up. No, this is just one of those little hiccups. I'm going to pick the phone up and I wish I had a secretary, man. I wish I had someone to do all my secretarial work. I'd do all that, do all that too. It's a nuisance. Right, now, okay, here we go. Before I get for my day. I'm going to ring Manahi. Parapara, Mohini. Oh. Manahi, is John Wanoa here. I'll try and give you a ring again and just let you know what's happening at the present time. I'm just getting all the videos out and getting that done, and then do the shares for Bundy and them, and that's another job. And then I'm getting on the Cook Street, and that's another job. And then I'm going to sort out what's the next move for the Marae up there. Te hiku o te ika Marae. Where to from there. So I have to keep track of that, and then my friend Dion is coming here to pick up on the computer, because I've got a computer near another one to start all over again from scratch, you see, because some words are being added that I'm not happy with. It clashes with the jurisdiction of King William's laws, other laws that Dorothy's familiar with. I didn't put them there, she did. So I've got to take them out because it doesn't apply to these laws. You've got to stick to those laws and no other laws that creep in. And that's what was happening. The one mistake, and the watermark is not right on the pictures. It's half out and half in, and it's not looking so right. So I do it all again myself, because those are my writings and my style of putting things together. and all I wanted was to correct my mistakes. I should now spend more time correcting my mistakes, because those documents, when I put words on, is mine, and I prove what they put on, but it's going creeping, and it's got the word tiriti in it. When it's the word tiriti, that's treaty. There's no treaties in King William's laws, and so it squashed the whole lot. One word out, and the whole document is had it. You see, the British will look at it and says, "Where's that come from?" It come out of her head, not mine, because I didn't say the word treaty in all my documents. You see what happens with the law, jurisdictions, Manahi, this is commercial overseas, commercial in the world, not here. So they don't know what I'm doing with commercial law in Commonwealth countries. It's not the same as here. And so the documents are styled with the words I put, not nobody else. Okay, so that's what's wrong with that document. And it squashes it, because I'm going to have to clean it right up again and reformat it and spend more time, a whole week, just to straighten it out and correct my own mistakes. You see? What I say is this, Manahi. Whatever I write is a king's word. It's nobody's business if it's got a mistake. That's the law. It's already in Westminster. They know how I write. So I don't have to correct anything. I just send it raw. And I don't have to please anyone here with the law here, because it doesn't apply. We're going back to 1830 to 1837, King William's laws, and King William III laws from 1850 to 1650 to 1701. Those are the laws we're going to. We don't go to any laws here, or UCC laws, or laws with words that anybody else chooses. So anyway, that's all I want to say, Manahi. Bye. Gets up my nerves when they start questioning me, because I'd rather let them do it themselves and see where they go with it. I wouldn't even know which end to start with if I left them on their own. Now, I hate answer phones. I just hate answer phones. Okay? So anyway, we'll get back on track. You see, when I'm by myself, there's nobody around. I haven't got a secretary to look after and clean my books up. I've got to clean them up myself, or they go out like that, raw. And so Dion is coming. He'll look at the computer, but I have to know everything. I can't rely on nobody to do my work. So Dion will just look at the computer. My daughter had a look yesterday and saw all the mistakes. She knows who did it. She knows who did it because she works as a registrar in the court, Manukau District Court. So she's a registrar to know how documents stack up. Okay, so this is the first time she's ever gone over my stuff, because we're poles apart in our approach. Even though she's my daughter, she's got her own ways, and I've got my own ways. And so she checked my whole computer and looked at it and started writing a complaint, because that's what she liked. Started writing a complaint of who and where it happened, and whose little fingers did all the changes to make it go out of me into something else. So now I put it all back where it was in the first place, but they've got my information. They're looking at everything on my computer, every single thing of how I tick and what makes things go, even the plans for the tidal turbines. It's all in there, in the government and everything. Completely my life is gone out of my hands into somebody else's computer. So now it's a police case. I've got to ring the police to go and get my stuff back. And getting electronic stuff back is, I don't know whether it's here nor there, because it's gone. You know, you can sell that stuff for 300 million straight off in my computer to somebody else who will pick it up and run with it. You see? So that's the trouble I face, Manahi. if you're going to question me about Rua Waipu, missing out on what this going, I've been down there and they don't want me. Manahi, all those people down there got their own ways. They've got their own ways. I even went on to the land blocks at Port Awanui. I'm on 28 blocks of land, for goodness sake. And I can't even get on one because it's owned by the trustees who are not even fucking owners on those blocks. And here I am with all the history of those blocks, the whakapapa, the title, the lot, and I still can't get 1 acre to sit on to put a tidal turbine in the fucking sea off East Cape. So I'm going up north now, and then I'll get to Scotland out of this bloody joint. Okay, I'm pissed off with all these Maoris who think they know everything and end up with nothing because they're owned by the Crown Corporation in Wellington. Right? They're fucked with their titles. The title and the Maori word Maori belongs to the Crown Corporation, New South Wales Government, and Bill English and John Key, the banks, and the Queen. It doesn't belong to them, so they can manoeuvre them any way they like. That's why Moai's there. He was always there to go and squash all that lot. You see? You see why I'm pissed off with everything going on here? It's because no one's listening to anything. They've got better ideas. I go to the meetings and they've all got their ideas, all talking over one another, over the best plans. I'm still waiting for their plan to work, and all of a sudden they've picked this one up and ran with it and left me behind. And that's what I get annoyed about, because I was waiting for these documents over here. These documents that Dorothy did for me. I mean, she's very good at doing documents, but it took a long time. 14 days I've been away from home, and I was at Waitangi. This is all they had to do, is put these 30 documents together and fix the mistakes up and give it back to me. I never had these documents to go to any of those huis, even at Waitangi, to go over these documents with anybody. I only had my original book with all the mistakes in it, and that was legal. That was the law right there that was signed. That document is worth more than this law, right? Because this one wasn't my head putting it together. I was there critiquing it, but it was critiqued so many times that somebody was planning it for themselves, wasn't they? They were planning it for themselves. And I've been told by my daughter that who did it. I'm not going to say who did it. I'll let the police sort that out, because that's why it took so long to get them to me, because they had their little minds running this for something else, because they had a lot of zeros and money in it, and it was looking good for somebody else to control it, not me. They scrubbed all my computer out and left it with nothing, because the word files and everything took all the files out, and they were busy trying to put them all back in for me because I asked for them back. Well, what the fuck should I go through all that trouble for a Ngāpui to come and play with my computer and fuck it up? That's fucking lots of years of work there just went up in smoke. And now I'm going to have to go through it every day for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks to fix the fucking thing up. Right? By myself. All by myself. Dion can do so much, but he can't read the files and understand how those fit. Right? Nobody can do this. I can tell you that. No one in New Zealand or the world can do this. They can't do a king's works job. Right? He can make as many mistakes as he wants, because that's the law. If you can't defend yourself in being accused from these king's laws, then you're fucked. You have no say and you lose. That's the whole point of this exercise, is to enforce this law so you can get your fucking land back. I'm better off to walk off and let the government have it. Let the Crown have it and do what they like with it, if I don't do anything, before I get the fuck out of here and go to Scotland and fix that lot. Right? It's all about land. If you know land and banks, that's all this is, transactions and land transfer. That's all it is in these documents. You can forget about all the laws and UCC and all that crap. All this stuff that the incorporation is doing It's not going to matter because the New World Order is this 8-point star. It's going to stuff you all up. It's coming whether you like it or not. That's where I'm at that level. Okay? Right at the top with the Vatican and the Queen where their business is. Okay? I might as well work with them instead of you lot. Okay? So I'm annoyed that Marae's not answering his phone because of what he said about Rua Waipu missing out as he's tried down the East Coast. Anyway, Manahi, I need to tell you that Dorothy took the documents and gave them to you, and you approved them. And then when I looked at it when I get home, that's why I didn't get you to stamp it, because I'm not happy with it. You see, I'm the creator of those documents. I'm not happy with it because it's got pages that are not right. And there's added words, that word treaty. There's no treaty in these documents. There's no treaty in these documents, Manahi. You see, with the word confidential, you see how it's looking? The picture's gone over it. Now that's not going to go to Westminster like that. Okay? It's not. In fact, I have to do it again because there's some words in there that don't belong there. You put one word in there, and it stuffs the whole document up because one word libels the whole thing to that quotation. Right? There's citations. Money. I go on citations. I put citations there, and that citation is not one I put there. It's a King's law, but it doesn't apply in this matter. Dorothy put it there. Okay? She added that without my knowing. And the word treaty, the treaty, put that word in there, in that word treaty in there, treaty, fucked the whole document up. All the whole lot, scrub. Because there is no treaty in the King's laws. The King doesn't have treaties in this business, on this land. That's the trouble with Maori. They're fucking mixing it all up and fucking themselves up, good and proper. She's talked for her in her own whakapapa, but whakapapas don't matter in this. It's my word against yours. That's all it is. It's a transaction of land and nothing else. It's a bank loan mortgage that no one can get out of. So I keep telling people all the time, it just goes bonk bonk, because they don't bother to learn. Right? I'm not about to teach anyone all of this because I haven't got time. I'm going to put turbines in the water. That's all I want to do, get the permits and get the right to put the turbine in the water anywhere in the fucking world with this flag. That's what it's supposed to be for, trade. Not fucking going to protest and putting up and going up and down the road. There's nothing in it. It's been legislated out in the 1835. That's why I went back to 1834. A fucking mechanic thinks like that. And thinks, what's wrong with this fucking engine? Fix it up. And hallelujah, we got some traction with some understanding of what a native court is. And that's all it was. Money. I wish the fuck I can tell everybody before it's too late. And I say, I told you so. And the New World Order steps in here. When Trump gets his things through, they'll just come here and take this place. I can see it. I'll just tick it off and walk the other way and let them have it. Right? If I don't do anything and challenge Donald Trump, he'll get all that gold that belongs to this trust. Right? And Maori don't know anything about that. Right? I've been talking to Sue Nakora, and she's hopeful of getting something across the line. And her Maori government should have been with the Confederation up in Waitangi, but they sang right over the top of her and booted me out. And there's two Ngāti pros trying to tell them what's good for them. You know, there's a time when you had enough and give up on anyone and just let them stay where they are as debtors. As debtors. So this is a pissed off video. That's what it's called. The Jealous Club. That's what D-Hop is going to make a t-shirt with the Jealous Club on it. The Jealous Club that don't like what we do. The truth. They don't like the truth being told. Right? It's a waste of time telling the truth. Yeah? If it was wrong, we wouldn't be getting anywhere. If it wasn't for Selwyn Clark or Herewini Karaka, this wouldn't have happened. What I do wouldn't happen if it wasn't for that man. And there he is, his ancestors, the Clarks, in Hokianga. Up there in the Aipara, he's followed me for years. I've followed him for years. He's the only fellow I've got sense in his head left. And amongst all those Confederation people, he's the only fella that I can rely on that's got it up here. Just plain common sense. Right? Have a vote. Let's have a vote. And that's how you do it. There's not a protocol that's on Marae having a vote. But that's the reality. That's how Marae's work. Vote. To get a decision, vote. Finished. All over. And that man won this over. Not me. It was him that made these documents work. Right? He bothered to sign the flippin' things. Right? But then each one had their turn at it. I can't do this by myself. It's not me that makes the decisions. It's those people on the land. I'm just a real estate agent. That's my job. I'm qualified to do real estate and bank broking. So no one can question me about that. I don't have to know about any land titles because it's all the same right through the whole fucking world. Right? You're the same as every other bastard that's been corrupted by this queen. And there you are bowing to her. Everything, let her come on, and the Governor General come on the Marae. When she steps on the Marae, it means she's got consent to do what she likes. And that's what's the trouble with you Maoris. That's why Moai is there to make you see sense. It's a Tahitian Moai, yeah? Tahitian. Ngāpui, Ngāti Pro, Ngāti Kahungunu, and Ngāpuhi. They're all brothers, Tainui. They're all brothers, yet they're poles apart. They are poles apart. And D-Hop is Tainui and not Whātua. I got all these stuff in a bag over here. I got to show him how that works. And he knows he's got a fair idea for a man his age to take over all this lot out of my head so I can have my head back from this Ngāti Whātua Ngāpui business that's wrecking my head. Right? It's wrecking my head, all this history, all your fellows' history. I'm going to give it back to you and you can keep it because that's where it belongs. It was given to me to look after for you stupid buggers. Don't understand it. And yet you don't learn these sort of things. How the hell would you expect to know how to fix land up and get it back without reading those books? Right? They're there. They're all out there. And all you have to do is go and read the flippin' things. So that's all I want to say with the fucking pissed off video. That's what it's called. Pissed off video. Right? The Moai pissed off video. Coming to you from a place near your home. A courthouse near your home to go and take your problems into and fix up. Not a tribunal, not anything else, because that only gets 1% or less. This is for 100% of your claim back. And you pull the strings, not the crown. Okay? That's all I want to say. I'm trying to give you what belongs to you back. And I've got to pick the right people. Obviously picked the wrong man to run my business and administer all this business of Marae. He chose to put it in his control and take it off me. That's what I got a gripe with. A Pākehā named Mike Diamond thought enough to leave me with nothing to operate my business on. And he's got it all in a site that Dion knew how to run that site. So Dion gave him a password to go to that net view site. And he wouldn't give Dion his password so that he can take his mouse and move his site to go and see if my files are all there. He refused me my property on his computer. That's what the issue I have, Marae. He's stolen my information and won't give it back. It's come back in bits and pieces all over the place. I'm looking at it here now. I've got to go there and spend all the fucking time, 2 weeks, to fix the fuck up. That Ngāpuhi, Pākehā, and dare I say Dorothy was in on it, I can't tell until the police look at it. They'll know. My daughter told me I won't tell you what she said. It'll shock you because she works in the courts before. Okay, and she's working with Kingy to solve his land problems a different way. Right? And I stick with Kingy all the way because he is the beneficiary to the Queen Victoria Trust and all that 1.7 million metric tons of gold. Is Queen Victoria and King Edward line did that. Okay? He's got the only claim there with the right whakapapa to it and DNA to that inheritance. Okay? That's why his name is there in Westminster. And that's all I needed, just one Maori to spread all that wealth to them. That's why the big pound note goes right over the whole flipping fucking lot. And don't care where the gold is. Now, I'm going through those motions of legal substance to make that work in Britain, let alone these stupid Maoris here giving me a hard time, not knowing any fucking thing about how to apply law to land and commerce. Right? You need to know everything if you want to speak for a king. I'm no king, but I am his surrogate to write his stories in the right place with the chiefs, his partner. Okay? That I can say I'm the king of commerce, king of the sea of commerce in these documents. I can write anywhere I like. Pictures and all is legal. I put your face there, you're in trouble. Okay? I put your face there, you're in trouble because everybody sees it. And the videos back it up. Okay? Like this video, I'm saying. Just to warn you people, this is serious. When I'm on video like this, I'm pretty serious. And I think serious because if I get it wrong, you all go down. Okay? Because I'm talking at top level of I should know better about this flag and what it is. Okay, that important, that 8-point star is very important to me and what I do with it and this with this flag. Even though Ngāpuhi has got it, the flag belongs to the British, not Maori. Okay, it's not a Maori flag. It's not a Maori flag, and it's a contract. It's an Admiralty's contract, mortgage, over your fucking heads. I have to swear because there's no other strong way to put it. I do that because I hope it gets in your fucking head and doesn't go away, right? I'm pissed off because nobody's listening very much, only a few handful. Thank goodness the taumata has listened and apologised. But the man that's supposed to apologise to me, that booted me out of that marae and pulled me like this and threw me out over the edge, the back door, once he got past out of sight of everybody, then that's when the assault took place. And the king said, go and report it. Well, all my reports are going today to Paul Tiepene. He's the one that said to me, John, if you're having trouble, give me a call. See, he's Ngāti Rahiri. He's what these are for. These are his documents I'm putting together for them, not for me. See, I'm just the author. I'm just the author of their information and their flag. Not my flag. It's not my land. It's not any of my things. But I own the words that make sense here that are borrowed from the king. I'm using the king's laws, not any other law, not the UCC, not the Pope's laws, not Tikanga law, not New South Wales law, not any fucking law. I'm using King William's laws, and then Dorothy puts some other laws in. Fucked it up, did she? Because she's very clever, she's very good, her son's very clever on computers and all the rest of it, but when it comes to playing around with law words in a king's world, that is questionable. It's what you think and what you write on my documents. I might say yes to it, but then when I see extra words like tiriti put in there, slipped in there, Dorothy, that was a big mistake to put the word tiriti in my documents. It fucked a whole lot up. That's when I said to Marae, you're not stamping it. And he had already approved with her. She went there to get it stamped from her and Mike. Without me, if I didn't look at it, that's the first time I read it when I was there at the Marae. I just took one look, quick look, and I just picked out that word, tiriti, and squashed the whole lot. All her hard work and all her thinking, all that time from the 6th of February right till now, I've never got these, only at Te Hapua. That's the only time I got this back in its supposedly finished form. Right? That's not professional. That's not professional in the commercial world to make imperfect documents. What I mean by imperfect, look at the word confidential. What did it do to my document? You see? What did that do to my document? Look at the half missing. That's not acceptable in my fucking world. Right? That's not acceptable in my fucking world of documents that I'm so used to. Mine might be full of mistakes, but it's right on. It has the right content. And other words that put in there, I've approved some words she can put in, but not those one word, tiriti. You see? It has treaty in it from 1840 and 1835. Now, I didn't say to put that in. I didn't say to put that in. That's not the only one. There's some more. Every time I look at it, there's another one. So what were you thinking about, Dorothy, when you were putting these documents together? Because my daughter knows how I write. She goes over my documents without me knowing on site, online. She's scanning them to see if I'm putting Kingi out, right? It's like she's on Kingi's side to make sure I don't jeopardize him. Well, this does. Putting one word in there jeopardized Kingi and Ngāpuhi. What you have done is Ngāpuhi. You've jeopardized Ngāpuhi, not me. You've jeopardized because that document is for Ngāpuhi and Kingi and Bundy and Herewini, Karaka. These documents were for them. Okay? I have the greatest respect for the Confederation, the old people, the Marae Battalion, the people like Kingi that went to war. I do this for Kingi, for he went to war for this country. And also Herewini, Karaka, the Marae Battalion. Okay, so that's who I do this for. I do it for Bundy because he listens to me and he understands, at least he understands some of it. That's better than nothing of it. Right? I have my most admiration for Bundy and Manahi, for you Manahi, because you are in the courts with your Justice of the Peace stamp, and I didn't want to put that out because the courts will look at these documents and says, who did this? Who put this together? Because it's worse than the other one. Right? The other one's got mistakes, but this one's is not looking good on the face of it. It's not. It's got bits in the wrong place. It's like hurried, put together hurriedly. I mean, you don't hurry these things. You don't flash it together in the last minute, because Mike Diamond has got other ideas about making a lot of money out of this lot, because it is a lot of money we're talking about, within the trillions, that he's suddenly thought about himself and not me. Right? So this one against you, Diamond, your intention was to come and screw me over, and dare I say it, Dorothy. And unfortunately, I have to talk like this on the video as the pissed off video. Okay? You might sound good, but it's the words that suggest otherwise. Blaming it on Mike. You're blaming Mike for all the mistakes, yet you knew how to undo them and put them back on that side, on that Netview side. That Dion was giving me an ear bash on the way back, on saying he couldn't let it go. He couldn't let it go. But I applaud him because he's trying to help me, warn me of these things all the way through. He could see what was going on with Mike's here on that side, because Mike didn't realise that Dion knew what he's doing, because he sends files over, big files, on music to the drummer and everybody else to put all the bits together and sends it back. And that's what he knew, what Mike was doing with my confidential information. Worst of all, going into all my files and pulling the bits and looking at everything I do. Okay, that's the part that violated my privacy. Yeah, my privacy. That's my privacy. You were only told to put the 3 files with the pictures, the documents, and the 3 folders. And Dion was trying to say all he had to do. He showed him pick up 3 folders and drop them in his side and his external drive, and leave mine. Don't break down what I had originally templated. Now the templates are all altered. You see, the names have changed because he said the names were too long. That's my business. I always have long file names, and I don't care how long they are. That's my way of writing, because I pick up the story and drop it in when I upload. It's not anybody's business to go and shorten up my sites and change everything around. It just fucked everything up, and all the people waiting for these documents, I apologise to you because you never got them, because this fucking dickie was designing everything for himself to take my business over, right? To take it over and run it and make me bleed to death in the outside room, outside, waiting for these documents. I never got until Dorothy brought them to the hui at Te Hikua Te Ika Marae in Te Hapua, Paorenga, Renga. Okay? And when I got them, that's all I got. A rushed document. After all those days, they were putting my, trying to put it back where they found it. It took all those days and me waiting around with nothing. So I went to the hui, the meetings, with nothing, and just rolled off out of my mouth anything I remember. You see, so that's all I want to do with this pissed off video and the Jealous Club. I'm going to wear a t-shirt that Dion's putting together with Jealous Club on it, right? People are jealous of what he and I are doing, and he's making a song about that. He's making a song about all of this, how they're going through. You know, I just want to get to Scotland and put the turbines in over there, and fuck this, putting them up here. It's too, waste my time, because I'm only doing this to get the seabed titles with this flag so I can go right through the world with it and put the turbines anywhere in the sea, any country, without fucking around. Right? And usually it'll be the last to get it, because I'll just go to Scotland where the biggest demand is for power, and this country can stay on petrol and stay like that, because I'm pissed off. That's why this is called a pissed off club. And Dion's got the Jealous Club. I've got the pissed off club. Right? Put all your names in the pissed off club. Give me a hard time. Okay, that's all I want to say for now. I'm sufficiently rested, but I still feel I need a week off, because every time I think about this, I get a bloody headache. Just thinking about what the hell I'm going through to try and tell people what's good for them, and I get a face full in return. Okay, so I'm going to, oh shucks, I've got to go to the, oh, I just remembered I've got to go to the physio today to get some more blood sucked out of my head. Black blood, right? That's the toxins from all this fucking rubbish food that I eat to keep cheap food and to keep me going. Because if I can budget for $1, I can budget for $1 million, no problem. So with that, I'm going to leave now and try and enjoy myself and go and have a laugh with a Chinese acupuncture girl and tell her she can suck as much blood out of my head, because there's plenty more where it comes from. and take all the hash out of all those things I've gone through and free my blood and my bones from aching from all this travelling around with my foot on the accelerator going fast. Okay? So, see you later, alligator. Have a smile of a day of paradise. Bye for now. John Wanoa, Otahu, Auckland, he said.